I'm back with another review. This time I have another Han Solo from the vintage SAGA collection. Han Solo in trench coat from the Return of the Jedi. I was lucky enough to get two of these guys on eBay recently. Here he is closed up in the packaging. Star casing, very nice. Show you the back of the packaging here so you won't have to look at the glare. I've got a couple of these figures. I've actually got the Luke and I've got the Scout Trooper. They've re-released the Greeter right now on Saga Legends as well. And here's Han, the original Han from 1983 with a trench coat on and a write-up. This line was very similar to the current vintage line. One thing I've recently learned about this line, they actually split this line up. Half of it is the vintage Saga line, the other half is the vintage 30th anniversary line, although they all say Saga on it. So I did make that mistake a few weeks ago, reviewing actually the Leia from the same movie in the same scene. Just like to correct myself there. But yeah, I love the packaging on those figures. But here's the figure itself. Another side note is when they made the Echo Base Han, Wave 1 of the Vintage Collection. Let's see, I have it in my notes. They did use the... Let's see, they used the legs and the body from this one as a kit bash. It was a kit bash, but it was a very good kit bash. Here they're side by side right here. Another note, this trench coat is almost the same as the Wave 3 Rebel Commando, which I also have. I have like 3 of them. A couple of them I have unopened, and one I have open. I looked all over, I couldn't find him. He must be in storage or something. I wanted to compare these side by side, but when I do the Rebel Commando in a couple of weeks, I'll have this figure available and I'll show you them side by side so you can compare the coats. The only difference is the Rebel Commando has a small hole in the back of his coat to hold his backpack. It's pretty much the only difference I see. This figure is of itself a kit bash, but it's a very well done kit bash. From the vintage original trilogy collection, it uses the same legs and head. It's a very good body. The articulation is, it has a ball-jointed neck, shoulders, elbows, and torso. Swivel wrist, articulated hips, ball-jointed knees and ankles. Again, it has the Blastech DL-44 heavy blaster pistol, Han Solo's famous for, and a removable trench coat. Unlike the medical kit, on the other hand, I actually can remove this trench coat without any problems. I'll take it off for you. You can also take the Rebel Trooper's trench coat off from Wave 3 of the Vintage Collection. This is a very good-looking Han without his coat, actually. There you go. And a working holster as well. There you go. Here's the gun. I'm sure you've seen Han Solo's gun before, but I just want to show it to you. Everything about this Han is done very well. Very well indeed. I'm going to give him a high ranking, probably 8.5 to a 9 overall. Even though he's actually a 5-year-old figure. But, you know, this just looks a lot like what Han Solo should look like, what Harrison Ford looked like in that time. I'm really tempted to give him a 9 overall. One of the better Han Solos out there. I know a lot of people say, you know, it was before I started collecting again. The 2004 Vintage Collection, Vintage Original Trilogy Collection, Han Solo is the very best Han Solo ever made. But this Han Solo must be a close second. And I would pick them up, definitely. I picked them both up for around $12 US. That's with shipping to Alaska. So, you know, I paid like around $25 for 2 of these guys. And I feel it's well worth it. So he gets a 9 overall, and I do hope you enjoyed looking at that. You'll see him again, as I said, in a couple weeks. And I hope you enjoyed my review. This is Supreme signing out. And as always, thank you for tuning in.